Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to Lineup Predictions. Welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV, where we will be predicting the lineup for Newcastle United's game against West Bromwich Albion down at the Hawthorns on Monday afternoon. 12 o'clock kickoff. That is an early one for Newcastle because we're used to 8 o'clocks at the minute. Early ones are usually about 12:30 as well, isn't it? Fucking bang on, midday, Sunday afternoon. Cannot wait. It's gonna be a nervy one. I'm gonna be shitting myself through the majority of it. 17th, we are in a point against Wolves last week. We are currently 17th on 26 points, only 3 ahead of Fulham. West Brom, we are 9 points ahead of with a game in hand. They're in 19th, 2 below us, 9 points behind, a game more played. This is a fucking must win. I'm not even looking at West Brom at the minute. Like, they've been picking up points. They've picked up 5 in the last 5 games. We've picked up 4 in our last 5 games. Fulham's picking up points. We need to start picking up points. Fulham are 3 points behind. West Brom are 9. It's Fulham I'm concerned about. I think even if West Brom beat us, I still don't think they'll probably get ahead of us. But we need to start picking up these points. You've got Burnley and Brighton around us as well. Like, we can't be looking over our shoulder. I've been saying this for weeks. I don't want to be the team looking over our shoulder. And I'll admit, I watched the Fulham game against Tottenham the other night, and I cheered my arse off when Josh Maja's goal was ruled out over by VAR. It was the wrong call, but I was fucking buzzing about it. Before I go any further, I would just like to mention that we're just over 50 subscribers away now from the 10k that we've been chasing for the last month or so. 10,000 subscribers. Smash that red button if you haven't subscribed already. It's greatly appreciated. We'd love to get 10,000 subscribers. And I'll set a 250 like target on this video. So smash the thumbs up and smash subscribe. Into the team news then. In Brucey's press conference, you know I always look out for Brucey's press conference. And obviously the talking point was the bust up with Matt Ritchie. He's admitted to the bust up. Blah, blah, blah. We cannot be asked to get into all of that. All the information on that is on our social medias at the Magpie channel. Big Renty done a reaction video yesterday to it. So that's all on the channel right now, on the YouTube, on the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go ahead and follow them if you haven't already. That's all on there. So I'm going to try. I know I'm going to come onto it later on, but for now, I'm going to forget about that and just talk solely about the team news. Starting with Isaac Hayden. As if we haven't got enough problems already. Obviously, St. Maximin and Almiron, they went down in the Wolves game. They're going to be out for a good few weeks. Brucey says that he hopes, and don't take my word for it, don't get your hopes up because I've said it. Brucey hopes that they'll be back after the international break, which would be the 3rd of April against Spurs. So it's just over a month away. We'll be lucky if they come back for then, I think. So, yeah, they'll be out until at least the 3rd of April. But Isaac Hayden, he's the big one. Brucey says he's had an ankle injury for the last week or 2. Sound. So he's been playing injured against Man United and Wolves, has he? Oh, right, no bother. So he's missed a little bit of training this week. Bruce says he hopes that he trains today, which is Friday. Bruce. I'm going to try not to lose me shit. Fucking Steve Bruce. But anyway, Isaac Hayden expected to train today. He's missed the last couple of days with an ankle injury that he's been carrying for the last week or 2. But Bruce says he doesn't think it's anything serious that will keep him out of the game. But obviously we're just going to have to keep an eye out on that one. We could be missing Isaac Hayden, which is fucking bad news when you put it alongside Maximin, Almiron, Wilson, Shaw, Manquillo. And with Manquillo being out and Yedlin being sold, we've only got one right back, Emil Kraft, who went off in the Wolves game. He's 50-50, so we might not have a right back. We might not have Isaac Hayden. We might not have an entire front 3. Fucking wicked. Cannot wait for this game. It's going to be a fucking absolute write-off. Federico Fernandez has trained all week and might be involved, says Brucey. He also said that for the last 2 weeks. I've been like, was it I think it must have been the Man United and the Wolves preview that he said, he'll be back next week. He's expected to be back next week. He's been training. He's looking good. He'll be back next week. Mate, this is the fucking 3rd week in a row you've said that. What's going on with Fernandes? We've only got 2 centre-backs at the minute in Clark and Lascelles, with Shaw being out. This team is depleting, as we are depleting down the league. It's fucking not good, man. Something needs to be done. I'm sick of all these injuries. At this time in the season, when we're on the brink of relegation, players are dropping like flies. We do not need this. Young Elliot Anderson has been back in training as well. The under-23s have played Middlesbrough today, in which he was not included in the squad. We'll see if he's back. Also, who has been in the under-23 squad today is Henri Save and Christian Atsu. With all these players being out, I thought Christian Atsu might have been promoted to the bench. I'm not going to say starting lineup, fuck that. Maybe the bench, especially maybe if Matt Ritchie's down the pecking order at the minute. Like, I thought Atsu might have been maybe getting a spot on the bench, but with him playing in the under-23s, that is thankfully very unlikely. In the starting lineup there then, and Martin Dubravka will keep his place in goal. It's been a talking point. Whoever's going to be between the sticks has been a talking point for the last, I don't know, 2 months or something. Will Dubravka, well, all season really, even when Dubravka was out, people have been discussing when he comes back, will he replace Darlow? When he came back, when will he replace Darlow? It's only been a matter of time. He got that opportunity against Wolves. He made an unbelievable save right at the end. Saved us a point, really. Like, Wolves could have won that if that had gone in. So Dubravka saved our skin there. But he could have done better with the goal. And I know we'll look into it that Richie's message and could Hayden have done better, Lewis could have done better. Yeah, the defence could have done better. But so could Dubravka. As Brucey said, chucked him under the bus. Definitely could have done better. But I think we need to stick with Dubravka. He's been brought in for a reason. It's not because Cardall has been playing poorly. It's because Dubravka's just better. He's more experienced. And when you're in a relegation dogfight, you need the best players available. The ones with the most experience and all that. I think he's a bit more commanding, Dubravka, as well. So I don't want to just chop and change now. Dubravka came in, made one mistake. If Darlow comes in, he makes a mistake, and we're going to go back to Dubravka, we need some solidarity. We need to just stick with one of them. Whichever one that is, at this stage, I'm not that bothered. But I would definitely prefer to see Dubravka. So he's got to stay in now until the rest of the season now, unless he picks up an injury or makes some really, really horrific mistakes, then Dubravka's got to see the season out now for me. In a defence, and I'll start with the easy options. As I mentioned before, Lascelles and Clark are the only fit centre-backs, so they're straight in there without a debate. And Jamal Lewis is the left-back. There's been talks about maybe it's him losing his place, but there's honestly not enough options for me. Dummett and Ritchie are the only other options, but not good enough in my opinion, so he's got to stay in there. And obviously, this is going to stay with the 4-3-3. I'm going to stick with the 4-3-3. I've been playing with a couple of mock lineups as the week's been going on. Once the Almiron and Sir Maximin news came out, I was thinking maybe they might go back to 5 at the back, but that's just not really the bodies. Like, it would either have to be Fernandes or Hayden that goes into centre back, but neither of them are really fit, so I wouldn't be doing that. And then at right back, this is the question. Obviously, I had Kraft being out. I thought Kraft wouldn't play, but with Bruce saying he's 50-50, he probably will. So Emil Kraft at right back. Bruce has got a habit of doing this, playing players that aren't fit, aren't ready to play. Just chuck them in. We've only got one, so I know for a fucking fact Bruce will just be like, 50% fit, that'll do. I need you. Haven't got any other right backs. Trying to think about who could play. Like, if we were playing a 5 at the back with a wing back formation, then you could put Jacob Murphy there. I wouldn't mind seeing Jacob Murphy there, to be honest. As a right back, definitely not. The only other option could be Matt Ritchie playing over on the right back. It's clutching at straws, but I honestly think if Kraft can make himself 60 to maybe 70% fit in the next couple of days, that'll be good enough for Brucey. So get yourself in there, Emil. Might as well. Isaac Hayden's been playing injured for the last couple of weeks, so you can as well. And into the midfield 3, and we'll start on the same theme. Injuries. Will he play another game? 3 weeks in a row playing injured. Isaac Hayden? Of course he will. Isaac Hayden's an important player for us. I'm a very big fan of Isaac Hayden. And I think we need him in this game because he can play anywhere. He can cover it right back if need be. He can drop into the back line, play as a centre-back. He's just too important not to play. So, like Kraft, if he can prove he's anywhere between 50 to 70% fit, that'll probably be good enough for Brucey. Without him, you're probably looking at Jeff Hendrick coming in at the starting lineup, which, let's be honest, nobody wants to see. So it will be the same three midfielders it's been playing the last few weeks, with Shelvey on one side and Willock on the other. Pushing forward, I think Willock can have a good game. Like, we know we're going to get into it, but the front three aren't there. So it's going to be a makeshift front three. We need all the attacking help we can get, which is why I've went against the 5 at the back. I always go against 5 at the back. I fucking hate saying it, but when you need to, I understand it. But this is West Brom. This isn't Man City. This isn't Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United. It's fucking West Brom. Like, if we had all of these injury problems going up against someone like that, like it was Man United 2 weeks ago, when we've got like the likes of Tottenham coming up, if we've got all these injuries against teams like that, then I'd probably say so. If Fernandes or Hayden could prove their fitness, then if they went into the back line, Murphy playing wing back, either Richie or Lewis playing left wing back, you know, you've just got to take that on the chin. Like, that's just fucking Steve Bruce for you. That's the kind of formation he loves to play, does it all the time. But against West Brom, I want to go attacking. So I think Willock's going to have an important game. Shelvey as well. Shelvey had a great game against Wolves, getting back as much as anything. We don't really usually see that work rate from John Joe Shelvey, so well done to you. But Joe Willock, he's got to get forward. He's got to help that attacking line. Players like the old school number 8, pushing forward into more like a number 10 role. I just want to see Willock just getting up the pitch, helping out this front three, because without Wilson, Maximin, Almiron, we need all the help we can get. So I want to see a big, big game from Joe Willock. He hasn't disappointed since. Made his debut against Southampton, scored a goal, had some tough games since with Man United and Chelsea and Wolves as well. I think he's been good. Like, he hasn't really had much help from the lads around him, but I've been impressed with him so far. So against West Brom, I need to see a big, big game from Joe Willock. I think he could be crucial to us winning this game. And into the all-important front three. Who are we going to have? Who's the options? Right side, Ryan Fraser. Or the other side, could be on the left, but I'd much prefer to see him on the right-hand side. Fraser, being in and out of the team. Brucey says that I would love to play Fraser and Maximin together. A few weeks ago, when Maximin wasn't fit, Maximin becomes fit, Fraser goes on the bench. Fraser comes on when Maximin goes off, or vice versa. We just don't get to see them together. They had a little bit of a run out, I think 10 minutes against Wolves. Fraser came on at half time for Almiron and got the assist. That's what he can do. He can stick the ball in. He put fucking 21 crosses in against Crystal Palace a couple of weeks ago. That was the best game I've seen from him. Like, Fraser is getting to his best now, like in terms of fitness as much as anything, but his form, he's looking good on the wings, putting them crosses in. I don't want to see him play as a false 9, which I think he pretty much played, was that against Wolves? I think it was, when he came on against Wolves, he's pretty much playing as a false 9. You can't have a fucking 5'3" lad playing down the middle. Like, I'm sorry. Get yourself out wide, stick them crosses in, like you did for Lascelles' goal. Fraser, he could be another big player for us Sunday. And on the left-hand side, Joe Linton. There's been a lot of talk about Joe Linton. I think people know that without the front three, Joe Linton's going to get some game time somewhere. Brucey loves to stick Joe Linton in. As long as it's not down the middle. To be fair, you know, it is the last few games he's been impressing me. Not massively. I'm not going to say, like, he gets a 10 in player ratings every week. He does okay. I'd much prefer to see him out wide. When he's down the middle, he's strong, he plows through, but he needs that help around him. That's why I'd rather see him out wide, so he can link up with the likes of Lewis, have Willock, Shelvey around him, Fraser, whoever's going to be up front. Like, Joe Linton can do well in a formation like this, but yeah, I'd much rather see him out wide. The last couple of games, Brucey's been playing him on the right, which is why I say Fraser might go over onto the left. I think Fraser's probably more comfortable on the left, but I think Joe Linton is definitely more comfortable on the left, like pretty much where he played for Hoffenheim as a right-sided forward. This is his position. Not centre forward, not a number 10, not even necessarily right forward. He does an okay job on the right, but I just want to see him play where he played for fucking Hoffenheim. Was that too much to ask for? We spent 40 million on the lad. Haven't seen him fucking play in the position once since he's been here. So I want to see Joelinton on the left, Fraser on the right, and probably Dwight Gale down the middle. Championship quality striker. West Brom are a borderline Premier League championship club. They have been for years. When Dwight Gale was at West Brom on loan a couple of seasons ago, when we had Solomon Rondon in the other way, he was unbelievable. I think he's got like 20 plus goals. Everyone knows Dwight Gale is a top class championship striker. He can score the goals, and against teams like West Brom, playing for West Brom, he can score goals. He just gets doubted in the Premier League. He's just not good enough to play the top clubs. So I think Dwight Gale should get a chance here. We've obviously got Andy Carroll. He's the only other option really. Should we play Carroll? Maybe for the physicality, but I don't know. Just with it being West Brom, I just fancy Gale. Like I said before, like if it was one of the top 6 clubs maybe, I'd probably be a bit more inclined to play Andy Carroll. But against West Brom, I think Dwight Gale can be dangerous. So that's the front 3 I want to see, maybe. There's also Murphy there and Matt Ritchie, who may or may not ever be playing a Newcastle shirt again after the week's news, but we'll see what happens. So Fraser, Joelinton, Ritchie, Murphy, Gale or Carroll. Let me know in the comments below what you would do. Would you be playing Isaac Hayden and Emil Kraft? Tough one. We've got Sean Longstaff, Matty Longstaff, Jeff Hendrick. Who's going to come in? Is Fernandez going to be fit to get a start? Let me know in the comments below. I'll run through my bench who I've got available, which is Caldalo, Federico Fernandez, hopefully fit enough to get a spot on the bench. Paul Dummett, Matt Ritchie, are you there? Are you on the bench, Matt Ritchie? Maybe he's a little bit too close to Brucey for his liking, but we'll see. Jacob Murphy, if he's not starting at right back. Sean Longstaff, Matty Longstaff, Jeff Hendrick, and Andy Carroll. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to smash that like. 250 like target. Less than 50 subscribers away from 10,000. Make sure you smash them buttons right now. I'll be back for the watch along and all post-match content on Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Much appreciated. Enjoy your weekend.